Hi, everyone. Olá a todos, boa noite. Hi, everybody, good afternoon. This is my very, very first live video. Clearly, I'm getting hair and makeup done with these beautiful ladies. I wish I could show you the stadium, but I'm not there yet, obviously. I'm here being a mommy and getting ready for work. My heart is pounding. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Hi, Bia Ferreira. Olá, Cami Pereira. Danny, hi. So starts, oh, I see hearts and thumbs up. This is awesome. I've never done this before. Não faço a mínima ideia o que esperar. I have no idea what to expect. So I will be flipping between English and Portuguese, but I will try and answer everybody's questions. New, put on a mask to give yourself a fun look. I am putting on a mask right now. It's called makeup. So if anybody has any questions and would like to chat, start sending them in, and I will answer your questions as best I can. I'm just going to translate that into Portuguese. Se vocês tiverem perguntas ou algum comentário, podem começar a mandar e eu vou responder o melhor que posso. Kisses from Quebec. Awesome. 10 comments so far. This is great. I realize this is not going to be the most exciting thing because the setting is just the hotel room right here. What do you guys think of my hair? We're going to go for some beach waves. We have to start off with this curling iron and then run our fingers through it, evidently. Yes, is that what we do? Exactly. Okay. And so now we are contouring the face. Glad I'm getting this right. I asked for a little bit of a tan because I'm a little pale because it's winter. Okay. You want to get a shout out, please? Oh my gosh. Brianna Roberts, a shout out to you. Mwah. Thank you so much for signing on today and watching me babble. I guess that's what we're doing. Let me see here. Sorry, I'm reading what you're writing at the same time. Izzy, yes, Izzy, of course I remember meeting you. You're very sweet, and you always make wonderful edits. So I have to look up while we're doing this. Woo. When am I going to start acting in Portugal? Quando é que vou voltar a atuar em Portugal? Well, probably not anytime soon because of the NCIS LA schedule. But I always try and keep one foot there and one foot here. So I'll be back in Portugal around May or June, and hopefully we'll have some more news for you there. Vou estar em Portugal mais ou menos em maio, junho, e espero ter mais notícias nessa altura. Obviamente, tendo o trabalho da NCIS LA aqui, torna-se difícil trabalhar em Portugal. Tenho pouco tempo para isso, mas gosto de ter um pé cá e um pé lá. Pronto, vamos ver. Who's been your favorite actor or actress to work with, and is there anyone that you haven't worked with but would love to? By Ryan Collins. Ooh, that's a tough one. You know what? I feel like NCIS LA has unbelievable guest actors, and there's been quite a few. Just recently, we got a chance to work with Martin Mull and Deborah, and they are very, very funny, so I'm excited for you guys to watch that episode of the show. We're just finishing shooting it now. Who else? Let me see. Looked odd for a second. Thank you, Andrew Michael. Ide. Wow, you looked odd for a second, which I know is not right. It is what it is, man. Sometimes we just wake up looking odd. See? I can look odd. So Tara D. Schrader, I love your character, Kenzie. Is she and Deke's going to get married in 2017? I have no idea. I feel like they deserve to get married at some point, don't you guys? Yeah, they deserve to be together. As you guys know on the show right now, they're kind of going through some ups and downs. So we'll see how they get over those obstacles. But I think they're going to tough it out, in my opinion. I don't know yet because we don't read scripts ahead of time. We only get things shortly before we start shooting them. So we'll see, but I think they deserve to be together, and I think they'll end up that way, but we'll see if we get a proposal, a real one, a proper one, in which Kenzie can actually get the opportunity to say yes. Let me see. It's so weird, because I'm looking at myself as I'm speaking to you guys and trying to read these comments. Eu estou a olhar para mim própria na imagem quando falo com vocês e faz-me essa confusão. É como falar com o espelho. It's like I'm speaking to myself in the mirror, which I don't do all the time, only sometimes. Don't make it weird. Okay. Wait. Okay. Obrigada, Ana Soares, pelo teu comentário. Thank you, Ana Soares, for your comment. Hold on, sorry. What's your favorite memory of NCIS LA? Katie or Regan? Regan, I hope I pronounced that properly. What's my favorite memory? You know what's weird? I think getting cast was my favorite memory. Qual é que é a minha memória favorita de NCIS LA? Acho que foi no momento em que me disseram que tinha ficado com o papel. I just have such vivid memories of that moment, where I was waiting in the reception of CBS to catch a cab to go back to New York because the auditions were in Los Angeles, and our wonderful casting director, Susan Bluestein, came running downstairs and gave me a hug and whispered in my ear that it wasn't official. But maybe I shouldn't be telling this story. I don't want to get her into trouble. But you know what? It's been 8 years now. It's been 8 years now, and the show's been working out. So Susan, I love you, and I appreciate you, and Jason as well, who works in our casting department. Yeah, and she just said, it's not official, but I think you got the part. So I was really, really excited. That's one of my best memories. Let me see. Will your character be back in full swing with Eric's character soon? Tom H. Main. Kind of answered the question already. I don't know if you were logged on or not, but I think we've got some obstacles to get through. And then hopefully they'll get back together because they certainly deserve it. I just see hearts and thumbs up flying through my screen. This is so funny. Happy New Year to you too, Zelia Govaya. Bom ano para ti. All the way from Scotland. Ian Martin, my goodness, there's a lot of countries logging on right now. This is really cool. From Germany, Switzerland, Scotland, England, Portugal, of course, my home country, the U.S. By the way, Houston is awesome. I just want to say that. It's my first time in Texas. This is very bizarre. When I was a kid, my favorite state was Texas, for no reason other than my association was cowboys, which I realize now is a gross generalization. But yeah, my dream was to come visit Texas, and I never did until right now. I'm 33, so that took me a while. But I'm loving the humidity. People told me, ugh, it's so humid, but I'm like, yay, it's so humid. It's so dry in California, so this is really great. I feel like I'm in a tropical place. In the meantime, Sierra is fast asleep. Not on the breast right now. She fell asleep eating. That's my little girl. Carla Silva. Beijinho pra ti. Mwah. Obrigada. Ooh, what NFL team am I cheering for? I was going to avoid that question because I don't want to offend anybody. You know what? I'm actually a fan of a few different teams, but I think by default, just because of the family that I married into, I think that I'd have to say the Vikings are the team that we kind of keep up with, although there's a lot of other teams that we love. So sorry if I offend anybody, but I love Super Bowl. I'm looking forward to the excitement, just to a good game full of action. Yeah, it's exciting. I had to learn about it when I moved here almost 10 years ago, and it's cool. I love how people just live the sport. It's wonderful. Let me see. So Sam Madrusan, I hope I pronounce your names properly. Espero estar a pronunciar os nomes das pessoas como deve ser. Peço desculpa se não o fizer. Reading your comments. Let me see. London. Hello, London. Madison. Oh, let me see. In Cecilia, one of my very favorite shows. Thank you, Madison Kozar. Would have been some of your favorite episodes to film through the series. You know, even though I'm a super jolly person and I'm really goofy in real life, some of my favorite things to shoot are actually the more dramatic scenes. I love having to, go to a darker place in the scenes that I do. So I think one of my favorite episodes I can tell you is when the team rescued me from Afghanistan. I'm not in the episode a whole lot, mostly in the beginning and then in the end when they rescue me, but I thought it was so action-packed and so unbelievable. It was written by Frank Military, who also directs the episodes that he writes, and he's just awesome, and he really takes us to a sort of darker place. And you know what? That's one of the things that I love about our show, is there's such a huge balance of, banter and comedy and true human relationships and experiences and camaraderie, and I'm having to do this because now there's one person here, and one person here, and one person here. And yes, she can breathe. Believe me, she doesn't look like it, but she's breathing. Ela está a respirar, não se preocupem. So I don't know if you ever... Okay, let's see here. I love you and Sandra Bullock. That's random. Robert Pisano. Will you play with her one day? Man, I would love to play with Sandra Bullock one day. Ever since I was a kid, my mom says, she's like, you could play her younger sister. I'll take that role any day. I think she's phenomenal. I think she's talented, and I've heard nothing but wonderful things about her. And I think you can tell a lot about a person in how they interact with everybody else around them, obviously. But there's so much like stigma behind actors and stuff, and I think, you know, treat everybody the way you'd like to be treated. That's how I see it. Anywho, hi from the United Kingdom, Alice Burridge. Hello, massive fan right here. How can you cope with Olsen? Oh, I don't know. How can I cope with Olsen? He's nutty in the shows, but you're all amazing. Shout out to my mom, Joanne Burridge, please. She loves NCIS. So, Joanne Burridge, here's a shout out to you. Your lovely daughter, Alice, has requested it, and I'm sending you love and kisses. Thank you for watching the show. Let me see. Is it hot? Let's see. Lara Moreira, adoro NCIS. Espero ver muitas mais temporadas. A Kenzie vai ter filhos. So, Lara from Portugal just asked if Kenzie was going to have kids. I don't know the answer to that. Não faço a menor ideia. I don't know. I think one day, I hope, maybe in the last season of the show, whenever that may be, Television na última temporada, that would be fun to know that Kenzie and Deke sort of go off into the sunset and have a family. That would be really neat. Okay, Danny. Madeline Kramer. You're Dutch. Wonderful. So hello to the Netherlands or Holland, however you choose to call that. Danny, do you think in Portuguese or English? I'm born in Washington and I live now in the Netherlands, so I speak Dutch. But when I get tired, I mix it up sometimes because I prefer speaking English. Well, do I think in English or Portuguese? You know, it depends on who I'm speaking to. I'm completely bilingual, so completamente bilingue. Em que língua é que eu penso? Foi a pergunta que me fizeram agora. I don't know. You know what? I heard a long time ago that whatever language you think in when you're thinking of numbers or math is your strongest language. And again, I think I do that in both languages. It just depends on what country I'm in and who I'm talking to or what the subject matter is. Ouvi dizer que quando nós estamos a pensar, a língua mais forte é aquela em que nós pensamos na matemática ou nos números. E não faço a menor ideia. Acho que depende do país em que estou e com quem estou a falar. Acho que não penso necessariamente numa língua ou noutra. Let me see here more. Dan LaCour, yeah, you're late to the party. Hello. Did I pronounce that right? I don't know. LaCour? LaCour? Dan LaCour? Fancy. I really feel like I'm speaking to myself in the mirror. This is so absurd. Hi from Canada. How do I unwind from a hectic day at work? Kathy Wagner. You know what? I really love what I do, so the feeling of hectic day at work doesn't happen all that often. Plus, there's a lot of sometimes downtime between setups and when we rehearse scenes and stuff like that. Now the only thing hectic, I suppose, if you can even call it that, is when I have to run from set back to my trailer, and I'm currently breastfeeding, so I breastfeed my little girl, or I take a second to just pump on set if she's sleeping or something like that, because everything has to be kind of on a certain timing. The time I take to myself is always once my entire family is sleeping, including my husband. He goes to bed at 9, because he's one of those, like, go down with the sun, get up with the sun, which is the healthy way to live. And my kids go down, so I just, that's when I watch my TV shows and catch up on NCIS LA and Sherlock. Oh my gosh, is anybody watching Sherlock right now? It's phenomenal. I know that don't tell me, I have not watched the finale, so please do not post comments on the finale. I beg you. I'm one episode behind, but I'm kind of obsessed with that show right now. If anybody else is, send your comments in. I'd love to know what you think. Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman, amongst a plethora of amazing actors. It's your favorite show right now? Yeah. It's just so good. Such brilliant writing and directing, and music and acting, to say the least. Vem fazer encontro com seus fãs brasileiros. Daniela Ferraz. Hi. Olá, Daniela. That was Brazilian Portuguese. My terrible, terrible Brazilian accent. Emma Pullen. Shout out to the south of England. Hello, hello. How do you handle having 2 little angels in work now? Are they always on set with you and David? Well, my son, who's 3, is already in preschool. O meu filho que tem 3 anos já está na escola. Perguntaram como é que eu lido com o dia-a-dia com 2 pequenotes. E o meu filho já está na escola. So my son's already in school. And for the time being, Dave takes care of his schedule because he's more flexible than I am. And Sierra comes with me. We have a nanny that comes to work with me and takes care of her, and I just fly back to my trailer on my helicopter. No, just kidding. By fly, I mean I run. I run back and forth to my trailer, and I feed her, and I play with her whenever I can, and then when they call me back to set, I fly back to set. That's kind of how we balance things. Every day is different. It's really hard to have structure, which I realize is a good thing for kids, but that's just not possible for us. So we work with what we have, and my kids are healthy and happy, so we'll keep doing if it works. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. Sara Pinto, qual o ator e atriz que mais admira em Hollywood? So Sarah from Portugal just asked me what actors and actresses I really love. There's so many. So I think, and it's a cliche, I know, but I'd have to say that just for the sake of versatility, Meryl Streep and Dustin Hoffman are 2 of my absolute favorites. I am determined to work with both of those one day. Dustin Hoffman, he's in 2 of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. One of them is Kramer versus Kramer with Meryl Streep, and the other one is Tootsie. So if there's no versatility there, then you're crazy. If you haven't seen those movies, please watch them. One's completely dramatic, and the other one is really, really funny and just brilliant. So those 2, amongst many others. Who else? Every time people ask you this question, you never remember anybody, and then later on I'll remember people. Minuto, por favor. É isto que dá estar ao vivo. This is what happens when you're live. Let me see. Hello from Port St. Lucie, Florida. Hi Billy. Hi Billy Stinson. So sorry, I'm trying to balance in English and Portuguese, but I know most of you speak English, so it's easier to speak in English for most of it. Peço desculpas, estou a tentar equilibrar o inglês e o português, mas como a maior parte das pessoas fala inglês, é mais fácil para que todos entendam, mas eu vou tentando. What's my favorite? Oh, Erin Slanina. What's my favorite book? Ooh, what's my favorite book? You know who I'm really into right now? Is Krakauer. I'm really into him. He wrote Into Thin Air and Missoula and... Oh, hi! Somebody's awake. I don't like to show my kids' faces from the front, but here's my little munchkin. Hi! She just woke up from her nap. Yeah, Krakauer right now is from into Under the Banner of Heaven is what I'm currently reading when I get a chance to read, to be honest with you. I just love the way he writes. It's, right, this is the part where I need to... Go ahead. Yeah, so I can't say that I have a specific favorite book. But once I find an author that I like, I tend to kind of stick to them for a few books and then I move on, if that answers your question. A Erin Sladina perguntou qual é o meu livro favorito. Até agora tenho que dizer que não tenho um livro em particular, mas estou a gostar muito de ler o autor John Krakauer, que escreveu uma série de livros sobre assuntos verídicos e não costumo escolher um livro em particular que gosto mais. Gosto de, uma vez que encontro um autor que gosto muito, depois fico-me por ali durante alguns livros e depois continuo e escolho outro autor. Hope that answered that question. Let me see.
You didn't want false lashes, did you?
Guys, do I want false lashes? What do you think? Acham que ponho um bocadinho de pestanas falsas? Estas não são falsas, estas são minhas. These are mine, they're not fake. Yeah, maybe a few on the ends.
Okay.
Let's do it, let's go all out. Vamos pôr algumas pestanas falsas. That's right. Let's be super. Algum projeto para um filme nos grandes ecrãs. So, Luís André Santos Correia is asking if I have... Ah, Sierra! She's pulling the phone. Sierra Boo! Sierra Boo, we love you. Sierra was pulling the charger wire. I wonder how much battery I have. I can't see while I'm on Facebook. So, a question: if I have any projects, any movies coming up or anything like that. For the time being, we have a few things up our sleeve, but nothing to be revealed just yet until things are solidified. Neste momento temos algumas coisas na manga, mas não gosto de revelar nada até ser algo mais... Sorry, desculpem. Até ter informação mais concreta. But my schedule on NCIS LA really takes up a whole lot of time. Sorry, let me cover the munchkin space.
Sorry.
So there's no spray on there. All good. Sorry.